Wait for the results for more details on the margins, but let me welcome in our guest for your stock-related queries today. Rajesh Agarwal, Head of Research at AUM Capital, as well as Kunal Shah, Senior Technical and Derivative Analyst at Mirai Asset Sher Khan. Gentlemen, both of you, thanks so much for joining in today. And let me start off, with a question actually from Ram Iyer, who's asking us on the technical name. So Persistent, Coforge, or TCS. He wants to enter for the next 1 to 3 years. Rajesh, very good afternoon. Of course, welcome back. I know last week you had your first show back on NDTV Profit, but wasn't part then. But welcome back. Good to have you back. What's your view on either of these names between TCS, Coforge, as well as Persistent? Anything that you like?
Thank you, Puneet. Good afternoon to you and Kunal too. Really exciting being back. And as far as IT is concerned, I think now the time has come when one has to look seriously at that IT pack as such for a time horizon of maybe 12 to 18 months down the line. If you look at Nifty IT index, it's down almost 25% year to date due to Gen AI disruptions, anxieties, or global spending slowdowns. But you look at the valuation, the median P, which was around 19, it's trading at around very low, around 27% discount to the median P. That was 27 historically. One can even consider IT as a FD-like investment where you can get a dividend yield of 3 to 6% going forward. The AI pivot is also there because three of the largest company, Infosys, TCS, and HCL Tech, came on record saying that they would be spending now on AI. So things are changing, and we need to have a look. As far as these counters, the gentleman has said, I think Persistent would be the number one, TCS number two, and Coforge number three on the pecking order.
Interesting there as well, Rajesh, because you generally see both Persistent and Coforge going hand in hand, but he clearly has a preference here as well. Since we are talking about IT, Seva from Vijayawada is actually asking a question on Coforge and Persistent for the short term. It's a good time to enter as well. Kunal, welcome to the show. Would you recommend either of those?
Good afternoon to everyone. See, I think definitely IT has been a place where we have seen some selling pressure in the last 1 year, and they have been corrected a lot. So a lot of things have been discounted on the charts as well or in the price as well. So probably there is limited downside that is left into the counters here. But I think there also you will have to be very stock specific where you can see the momentum. I think for me, yes, Persistent looks like a good buy from a technical perspective. The stock has again regained its momentum back above its short-term moving averages as well. And once we break above 5,600, there could be a short covering move that could take it higher towards 6,000 as well. So I think overall, yes, Persistent looks attractive at the current levels. One can go along with a stop of 4,800. First target will be 5,600, which is the resistance. Above that, you can have a room open towards 6,000 on the upside.
Here also, so both technical and fundamentals liking are on Persistent Systems at this point of time. But viewers, you can also call us for your stock related queries, and the landline number for that is flashing on the top of your screen right now. But next one, that's coming in, it's on Rain Industries. Our viewer Manas has actually bought these shares at 212, asking a view on the stock as well. What would you recommend here, Kunal? Because we've seen some pressure on the stock. What are you looking at right now in terms of targets?
If he has a long-term view, then definitely continue to hold it, because on the long-term chart, there has been a strong breakout that has already happened when the stock surpassed the level of 175 on the downside. So here I'm expecting a big move could continue from the next 3 to 6 months perspective. So positionally, I'm bullish on the stock. But if he has a short-term view from a trading perspective, then he can keep a strict stop loss of 180 on the downside.
Strict stop loss of 180. Got that view. But the next question, and it's actually a caller who's dialing in from Mysuru. Sanjay has a stock query for us. Sanjay, very good afternoon. Thanks for dialing in. What's your query? Hi, Sanjay. Can you hear me?
Sir, Tata Elxsi in short term in correct level in buying levels, sir, technical analysis, please, sir.
Got your question, Sanjay. Would you recommend that, Kunal, Tata Elxsi? I think we're getting a lot of queries on the IT sector today, but what's your view on Tata Elxsi? Is it a good time to buy?
A good time to buy at the current levels for Tata Elxsi. At least this is one counter where we are not seeing any momentum as well. So probably wait and watch needs to gain some strength. Probably if it is able to sustain above 4,000, then one can go long. But currently the view remains sideways to negative.
Sideways to negative. Got it. The next one coming in, and this one's on Idea Forge. Our viewer Kapoor, who's dialing in from and writing in from Lucknow, is holding shares at 955. Rajesh, we've seen a QIP very recently for this counter. Does that bake in any kind of pessimism on capital funding going forward? So could that be a good base? And how are you looking at the growth in terms of financials of this one?
The numbers have been not bad, I would say. The company is growing well, order book is good. Going forward, I think it can easily move to four figures in the next 6 to 9 months. At this point of time, there are several pressures on the market. That's why it's down. So, if by any chance it falls to around 870, 880 odd levels, that would be a good entry point for new investors too. So, for this gentleman, it's a hold.
Okay, it's a hold. Got it. The next one, and this one's on NMDC. Our viewer has bought shares. Vishwanatha has bought these shares, but at 49. So he's sitting on massive gains right now, holding 1,800 shares. Asking if he should sell out, book the profit, or still continue to hold. What would you recommend here, Rajesh? He's bought it at very attractive levels. Does the cycle continue? Should he continue to hold?
The iron ore cycle is doing well. The prices are tightening going forward, and the kind of steel demand which is going up is again going to help. And not to forget the kind of dividend yield that comes in NMDC. So everything, fundamentally, it's a very sound company to hold. But since the gentleman is sitting at a huge amount of profit, what I would suggest is why not book 25% of the quantity at this point of time so that your acquisition cost either becomes zero or it goes down drastically. And then you can continue to hold. We have a price target of around 110 in the next 1 year.
110, got it. Well, let's go across and take another caller. This one's from Dubai, and Gaurav is joining in for a stock query. Gaurav, very good afternoon to you. What's your query?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. My query is related to ITC. I'm currently holding 2,500 shares with an average price of 285. I am holding since last 5 years and I was averaging with every dip. I just want to know for the long term for next 5 years, what's the view on this? Should I hold or should I decrease my position to book the losses?
Got it. And Gaurav, fair question as well, right? Thanks for dialing in. But, Rajesh, this is a very impending question, right? Because most likely all signs that FY27 will be a year where EPS will fall compared to the FY26. Is this a good longer term story post that, a 2 to 3 year buy? Would you recommend that Gaurav should continue to hold at 285?
Since the gentleman is already holding from the last 5 years, I think he has seen levels of 150 to 500 too. That's a gone story too. But at this point of time, it's a strong buy from our side. This has been a strong buy from levels of 150, which I've discussed on NDTV so many times. Strong company, strong balance sheet, zero debt, cash positive, dividend yield in the range of 5.5 to 6%. They have strong plans to launch into dairy and all. I think this is a kind of stock which one needs to hold for a long period of time. Unless until one is in need of money, one can continue to hold. And every fall should be taken as an opportunity to accumulate for a long-term investor. Short-term, there is no volatility as such. But for a long-term, it's a hold and a add.
Hold and an add. Got it. And thanks for the response, Rajesh, as well. But next one, and this is a counter that has done actually well for investors. That's Wokhard. And Rahul Patel from Ahmedabad has bought these shares at 2070. So did buy it while it might have been an upswing, but he is asking Kunal if he should still continue to hold on, and what's the level that you're tracking on this one? Is it a good time to average down also?
Definitely, I think overall the larger term structure still remains bullish for Wokhard. 1600, 1700 has been the demand zone. We are currently trading at 1825. So if the market corrects and in this correction you get that demand zone around 1600, 1650, good time to average. I'm expecting again the stock to go towards at least 2100 on the upside.
Got that view. Next one's coming in on Astral, and Dilip from Kolkata wants to enter this particular counter. Let's look at the 1 month chart and the year-to-date chart also of Astral as we're on it. But, Rajesh, we've seen the company announce actually a demerger of the chemical business, and stock actually tanked post that. Now they've put out another filing that they're reviewing if they should continue to do that, have appointed a Big Four in this. How are you looking at Astral right now? Because you also had a brokerage from Morgan Stanley who upgraded the stock today. Probably that's the reason why it's up. But how are you looking at Astral and the demerger?
See, long-term story is intact. The company is into plumbing, chemicals, sanitary ware, a whole lot of things. They have around 700, 800 crore cash in their books. That helps into their further capex too. Demerger, whether it will happen or not, it's a future thing. But at this point of time, the sum of part valuations are attractive. We have a target around 1700, 1800 in the next 12 months. So it's a buy from our side. Somebody holding can continue to hold.
Got that view. But are you watching out for, like if does the view change, Rajesh, if they decide not to do the demerger as well? Is that something that's also in your analysis?
No, I don't think so. That makes any material impact as such. The only problem which came in the con call was there was no clarity on the valuation part of the Astral chemical business that was being demerged. So that was the reason the con call was on a Saturday and a Monday stock tanked. But I don't think that would be make much of a material impact.
Got that view, Rajesh. And fair question as well, and something that we watch. But go across to Jaipur now. Mandeep has a stock query for us. Mandeep, very good morning, a very good afternoon actually. What's your query?
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for taking my query. It's regarding Shilpa Medicare. I have purchased 10 shares at an average price of 553 after all-time high breakout. I am still looking to hold it till 700 or above. So I just wanted expert advice on it. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for calling, Mandeep. Kunal, is that visible on the charts right now, 700 on the cards?
Yeah, I think it looks possible on the charts as well as on the long-term charts. It has been taking support at the 20 moving average and bouncing back strongly. So this could extend towards 700 on the upside.
Got it. And another one, Kunal, on Suzlon as well. Prashant has been holding these shares at 57.35. Holding 2,500 shares. We've seen a pullback yet again on that 55 mark. How are you looking at it? Should he wait for that 57 mark to come back, and any kind of targets in the near term?
I think we should keep a stop loss of 50 on the downside. If that is breach on a closing basis, then probably you can look to exit. If not, then probably one can see the rally resuming back. The overall resistance for the stock is at 60. Once that is taken out, then probably we'll have the short calling move coming in.
60. Got that view. With the next one, this is another caller, and of course, one of our viewers, regular viewers, Murli is dialing in from Hyderabad. Murli, very good afternoon. Glad we could connect you. What's your query?
Yeah, good afternoon, Puneet sir. Query is on Newgen Software. I bought it somewhere around 2023 and 2024. I got a bonus and I sold and removed my investment. So I have 16 more shares at an average of 53.
Okay.
So should I add more at this level or leave it as it is and sleep on it?
Got that view, Murli. Well, of course, you got it at an attractive price and hence have benefited from the buyback. But what would you recommend here, Rajesh? 16 shares, he's in profits of almost 8,000 rupees. Should he still continue to hold?
First of all, congratulations for such a good buying price. And at this point of time, I think one can continue to hold. As I said earlier in this session, that IT is seeing a turnaround, and going forward, it can give good returns. So Newgen being one of them, I think 600, 650 odd levels in the near future is quite possible. So at this point of time, it's a hold.
Also, Rajesh, on Sanofi as well, E. Venkatraman, who's a senior citizen and regular viewer of the show, bought these shares but at 4,100 odd. Since then has corrected down. Let's look at the longer term 1-3 year chart if possible. He wants to know if he should hold on, sell out, or add more of either of these counters. So it's stocks down 18%. What would you recommend, Rajesh?
It's a strong buy from our side. Strong brand, strong products, are doing very well. Strong balance sheet, almost debt free. For a long term, it's a strong buy. Target 4,500 odd rupees in the next 1 year. So if one wants, one can add or even hold.
Add or hold, got it. Now the next question, and this one's from Vijay, who's from Chennai. He wants to know actually about Kotak Mahindra Bank and if it's a good bet to enter into in the short term. On the fundamentals, Kunal, we've seen, of course, the management largely mentioning that they don't want to continue, so that has had an impact on the stock. But how are you looking at it on the charts? Also, results this Saturday, so what are you picking up?
I think overall there's a sideways trend. I don't expect any momentum before the results. So on the downside, 367, 370 has been the support zone, and on the higher end, the resistance has been at around 395. So probably this is a 20-25 points range in which the stock is stuck. Probably if you get around the support zone of 370, that would be a good point for entry.
Got that view. But viewers as well as Rajesh as well as Kunal, let's now start the rapid fire round in this edition of the show. You both know the drill. Keep your answers as short as possible. The first one on Mahindra and Mahindra. Subbu is actually bought it at 3130. Rajesh, should he continue to hold for a 20% return in the next 12 to 18 months?
Of course, hold.
Next one's on Cupid and Suji from Hyderabad holding shares at 129. Kunal, I think every time we'd ask you this question, we'd be very rich, right? What's your view on Cupid? Because the number of times this question has come up and stock still continues to rise.
We book profit and exit.
Next one's from Ravi from Mumbai. He wants to know on TCS, and I know Rajesh, you spoke about the stock, but he's actually bought it at 3,500. So question being, if it's a good time to average now?
Depending on the time horizon, if it's 12 months or more, add.
Also on Federal or RBL Bank, either of those, Rajesh, that you like for the long term?
Both are good enough. Federal is doing very well. RBL is a turnaround story. Put 50% money on each of them.
Each of them, correct. Also, Kunal, the other stock that continues to dominate headlines, MTAR Tech. Our viewer Jay Krishna has bought it at 7,700. Stock's down in a lower circuit today, but any kind of pullback visible from these levels?
Yeah, I think definitely continue to hold the stock. I'm not expecting further downside from the current levels. The support and the reversal zone has been 6,200, 6,100 zone. So if it's holding, keep a stop loss of 6,100. If that is breached, then exit the long.
Okay. Ashok wants to know about City Union Bank. He's bought these shares at 221. I think, Rajesh, after almost 15 years, we've seen a management change there, and I think a QIP also very recently. How do you look at this counter?
The bank has given good numbers in the past, and they have a strong book. I think at this point of time, at least we should give some time to management. It's a hold.
It's a hold, got it. Next one's from Pawan from Bengaluru on Trident. He's bought shares at 36, so currently sitting in a loss. Asking if it's a good time to sell or should he continue to hold. Kunal, what would you recommend?
Utilize pullbacks to exit.
On MRF as well, Ganesh Iyer has bought these shares at 115,000. So 1,15,000, Rajesh. What should he do with this counter now?
Hold.
The next one coming in, and this one's on, okay, we've taken this particular query. On Birla Soft, our viewers bought these shares at 500. Mallikarjun from Mysuru is asking if he should still continue to hold. Rajesh, another IT name. What's your pick?
Try to exit at higher levels.
Next one's on Data Patterns, bought at 4150. Rajesh, our viewer has been mentioning that the stock's been falling from the highs, but should he continue to hold this one?
Continue to hold.
And the final query for today, it's on Kalyan Jewellers. Our viewers bought these shares at 497 and he's bought 3,000 of them. So he's in big gains right now. Rajesh, seen a very stellar move in a very short period of time. Should he wait for Q1 results and then take a call?
I think one should book profit. You said it. A very smart move in a very short period of time. So try to exit.
Got it. Well, that was the last question for today, but we were able to solve 90 queries in both sessions together. But Kunal as well as Rajesh, thanks so much for joining in and helping us solve all these stock-related queries in the last half an hour. Appreciate your input and your time. But viewers, out of time today, thanks so much for watching. India market close comes up next.